Hi folks, this is Jeremy Hartley, and this is another video in the Hearthstone Mercenaries tutorial series with NVDA and the Mercenaries auto hotkey scripts. Alright, we're going to be doing some stuff that, well, we've already done, but it's yet another bounty. It's actually going to be our second bounty. And armed with some of the knowledge that I have now, the battle should go a little bit smoother than the previous one. I hope. Thanks to people like Dimka, who has given me information that I didn't necessarily have at the time. Maybe I speculated, and maybe I was correct or incorrect. Basically, I've got some information now that I didn't have, and it's going to be very helpful. Okay. Now,
Speech mode deeps. Speech mode talk.
if
Hearthstone row 1 column 2. Hearthstone row 1 column 2.
you were with us in the previous video, the last thing before I signed out, we saw our first battle was going to be with Death's Head Cultist. Well, that's not the case anymore. When I closed the video, I inadvertently triggered the play button by hitting Control B. And I accidentally did that, and that's kind of an emergency button in case Control F doesn't work on the play button. And when I did that, it brought us to the bench, like you would expect, and I couldn't back out of it. Mercenaries has a bunch of save points where, obviously, as we saw, you can back out of certain screens, but you can't back out of others. And when this happens, if you exit Hearthstone and you come back in, it reconnects to your game and brings you back to the fight, which is great for most cases. It's terrible for things like this tutorial when I'm trying to take everything one step at a time. So I had to concede the battle by going into my game options. Just pressing escape got me there, and I could turn accessibility mode back on and hit concede, and that conceded it, marked it as a defeat. I had to go then back to the travel point and re-choose the bounty map and all of that stuff. And by doing so, choosing a party again to lock it in, just like we did in our previous video. So now we're back to where we left off in the previous video. However, the battle has changed. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the bounty map. The first thing we want to do when we encounter a bounty map is making sure accessibility is turned off, and we want to hit Control W. What this does is it takes us to our first option in the bounty map. And let's just do that for the sake of turn off accessibility. Alright, Control W. I've already done it, so it clicked previously. We're already on it. Now let's just OCR this and...
Recognizing. Result document. Encounter. Fighter battle. Grants XP and treasure. Scavenging hyena. Play.
Ah, we've got a Scavenging Hyena battle. It's a fighter battle. It grants XP and treasure, which is awesome. I like both those things. Now, interestingly, it says fighter battle. Now, does that mean... I guess that means... I mean, it probably does, that we're going to be seeing a lot more fighters in this particular battle. And with that, meaning we have to probably take our protectors off of our bench, and then maybe have a fighter. So we have, our bench consists of 2 protectors, 2 fighters, and 2 casters. So it's an interesting, nice 3-way balance there. But before we get into the bench, let's just go ahead and hit our Control F for play.
Starting game.
There we go. Starting game. I like hearing that.
Please wait. Your opponent's Scavenging Hyena triggered. Your opponent's Venomous Scorpion triggered.
Okay, now I'm not real sure what happened when the Scavenging Hyena triggered and the Scorpit triggered. I guess we can see if anything has changed as we look at our opponent's mercs, like we have done in the past. But right now, we're on our bench screen. And we have 6 mercs here that we can pick from. So we're looking to get protectors here. So we're going to do Control 1. That's our first merc. It should be Cariel Rome, I hope.
Recognizing. Result document.
It's just...
0/3 Crusaders blow 1. Attack an enemy. Defo. Restore 10.
Yep. Okay. Now we know it's Cariel Rome because Crusader's Blow is the ability that Cariel Rome has. So we are going to go ahead and summon them. Control Q. We could left click and then turn accessibility mode on, but we're just going to do Control Q here.
Accessibility on. Summon. Accessibility off.
Now, interestingly, it triggered accessibility off again.
Accessibility on.
I'm not sure why that is, but we will turn it back on because we want to press enter on summon and summon Cariel Rome.
For the Alliance and my family.
Okay, we hear that little clunk, and we know that Cariel Rome is there, and that's a protector sound. I didn't know this until it was pointed out to me. Each role has their own sound when they get summoned. That's good to know, because sometimes you're not really sure of what role a particular merc is. Now, I did talk to you in the previous video about categorizing your mercs into various tabs when you're on the merc selection screen with your Alt 7 for Protector, Alt 8 for Fighter, and Alt 9 for Caster tabs. See previous video if you want to know more information about that. Alright, so we've summoned one of our mercs. We need 2 more. And we have 1 more Protector. And I'm curious because... let's see. Now we have Scan Whisper Wind, Tyrant. See, I'm speaking like OCR now. Tyrant Whisper Wind is the next mercenary on the bench, and they're automatically highlighted here. They are a fighter. Now, I will include them. Well, I do like Arcane Shot. You know what? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and put them into this, summon them. Control Q.
On. Summon to the right. Accessibility off. Accessibility on.
Okay, summon.
For Elun.
And we hear that's a different sound that gets made when you summon a fighter. Alright, we need to summon another... let's summon another Protector, shall we?
Social menu. Profile 1 of 2.
Whoops, and I hit... what am I doing hitting F4? That is ridiculous. Okay, let's see. Who do we have? I was trying to hit F8. That's what it was. Okay, let's go ahead and...
recognizing. Result document. 2/3 played. Blinded movements 1.
We have Zarella highlighted. We don't want to use her.
Hearthstone.
So let's just start using our keystrokes here. Control 2.
Recognizing. Result document. 2/3 blinded movements 1.
No.
Hearthstone.
Control 3.
Recognizing. 2/3 blood fervor 1.
There we go. There's our Blood Fervor.
Hearthstone.
Hellscream. Garrosh Hellscream. Goodness sakes. So we're going to add them to this group of 3.
Accessibility on. Summon to the right.
Control Q.
Accessibility off.
And
accessibility on.
turn accessibility back on so that I can summon them.
I can wait. Job's done.
Alright, so we've taken all 3 of our mercs from our bench. We still have 3 mercs left. In case one dies. Or they all die. Who knows? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. I'm going to go ahead and end my turn. Because we heard our turn end sound. I'm going to end my turn now with E.
E.
And, oh, okay. I'm being impatient. Okay. So now it's time to do our mercs. Now, how this works, and I sort of speculated on this before, but I got clarification now. Mercs, when you choose abilities, it's from left to right from mercs on the board, so that's good. So if we remember our Merc placement, we have Cariel Rome, we have Tyrant Whisperwind, and we have Hellscream going from left to right. Before we get into that, though, I just want to make sure we don't have any sneaky little tutorial messages coming up like we have in the past. I'm going to OCR the screen.
Recognizing. Result document. Second. Elfmer. VO6. Third. IST. Fight.
Nope.
02. 17. 17.
Okay. So we have a couple things, first, second, third. Basically, they're little indicators about who goes first. But as I said, I believe it's going from left to right in the Mercenaries as far as choosing abilities. And that's how we're going to play this. And hopefully it's going to work out the way it is. But before we do that, I want to turn accessibility mode on.
Accessibility off.
Oop, it already is. What already was on. Now, I want to take a look at our opponents here, just to see if we get any kind of indication.
G. Opponent's minions. Scavenging 81 free.
I just hit G. Let's just take a look at their stats here.
3-8.
Okay, 8. Ooh, this could be good.
Whenever a friendly character dies, gain +1/+1.
Okay, whenever a friendly character dies, gain +1/+1. That is a death rattle thing. That's a trigger.
Beast. Common.
Okay.
Scavenging hyena.
That could come to haunt us later on.
Stone Spore 2 free.
A Stone Tusk Boar.
2-2.
2-2.
Attacks faster than normal.
Attacks faster than normal.
Beast. Common.
Okay, no surprises there.
Beast.
Might be one that we want to. This is interesting. This is where strategy comes in.
Venomous Scorpion 3 free.
Venomous Scorpion.
2-2.
2-2.
Bleed 2.
Ah.
Beast. Common. Bleed
Does
2.
it tell us what bleed does?
I. Attack. Attack a character and take damage from the enemy. Bleed. Bleeding characters take damage at the end of each turn. Bleeding can be removed by restoring health.
Okay, bleeding characters take damage at the end of a turn. Okay.
Beast. Stone Spore 2 free. Scavenging 81 free.
All right. I think what we're gonna do is...
Game menu. Concede 1 free.
Sorry, no, we're not gonna do that. I hit escape thinking I was in an OCR window, which was silly. Okay, let's go ahead and choose our abilities. Now, in theory, we should...
Recognizing. Result dot attack. Attack a character and take damage from the enemy. Second. Stake and starring hyena. Whenever a friendly character dies. Gain +1. Beast. 17. Attack. Attack an enemy. Elfmer. VO6. 55. VO6.
Okay.
Hearthstone.
We should be on Cariel Rome. Now, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and select... I could select, because remember, Cariel Rome has 2 abilities. Ability 1 is the Crusader's Blow, which attacks and so forth, and has Death Blow if an enemy dies. What I'm going to do, I could select the second ability, which is Taunt, which obviously, if you're familiar with Hearthstone at all, it would give 5 health to the Merc, to Cariel, and put Taunt on them, so they would have to attack them first, as opposed to anyone else in the... what to do? Well, I don't know. We're just playing along here, aren't we? So I'm going to choose the second ability for Cariel Rome and do Taunt. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe no Death Blow. I don't know. Both options I think has merit, but I'm going to do Taunt here. So Alt 2 for the second ability.
Accessibility on.
All right. Now our next Merc should be up and running here. Now with Taunt, of course, we don't choose a target, so that's why I didn't ask us to choose a target this time. Now we should have Tyrant Whisperwind. I'm going to choose Arcane Salvo here, because Tyrant Whisperwind has Arcane Salvo, and that is the second ability for Tyrant Whisperwind. And if you remember, Arcane Salvo does 2 damage to 2 random enemies. I could do Arcane Shot because that does 8 damage to one enemy. However, I'm afraid that one of the enemies are going to die before Tyrant Whisperwind gets a chance, and if I targeted the hyena with 8, they're going to have, like, what, 9 or 10, 11, so it may not matter so much. So I'm going to do Arcane Salvo. Alt-2.
Accessibility on.
And there we go. We've chosen Arcane Salvo. And again, this is another deal where we don't have to choose a target. And we heard a swoosh at the end, which means that a next mercenary is up. And we are going to choose, we're just going to go ahead and choose Blood Fervor here, which is the first ability for Hellscream.
Accessibility on. Accessibility on. Choose a target.
And we do have to choose a target for Hellscream.
G. Opponent's minions. Scavenging hyena 1 of 3.
And I'm just going to choose Scavenging Hyena here. And there we go.
Job's done.
That ends our turn. We've chosen our abilities. I just want to see, we just updated the Hearthstone patch. I want to see if the bug has been fixed miraculously, to see if we can read the minions on the board before we end our turn here. I'm going to go to my mercs.
D. Minions. Carry Rome 1 of 3.
And we are going to hit I here to see.
I. Taunt. Enemies must attack minions that have taunt.
Yes. Oh, you know what? It looks like this is getting fixed. So I just hit I there after hitting B to look at my, or V, excuse me, to look at my mercs.
Tyrant Whisperwind 2 of 3.
And we've got Tyrant Whisperwind. I'm right arrowing to Tyrant Whisperwind. I'm going to hit I here to see if it reads their ability that we've chosen.
I. Oh.
Whoop.
I.
Hang on.
I.
No, it looks like that's still a bit
Combat Hellscream 3
buggy.
of 3. I. Attack. Attack a character and take damage from the enemy. Defo. Does something when it kills a character. I. Attack a character and take damage from the enemy. Defo. Tyrant
Okay.
Whisperwind 2 of 3. I.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks like it's a little bit buggy still. But, hey, it's almost there. All right, let's end our turn with E.
E. You played Taunt 1. You played Arcane Salvo 1. Your opponent's scavenging hyena trigger. Your opponent's scavenging hyena trigger. Your opponent's blade attack. Your opponent's scavenging hyena attack your carry alone. You played Blood Fervor 1. Your combat Hellscream attack your opponent's scavenging hyena. Your combat Hellscream trigger.
Wow, in one shot.
To continue. You gain 74 XP.
I have to say, that was cool. And it's because, like, things like Arcane Salvo had, if a character dies, it repeats itself. Wow, in one shot. That was really nice. I like that. So let's go ahead and press enter here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we have gained some levels, and that is really, really cool. And I'm going to go ahead, and there's a command. I remember last time we did this, we had to OCR to the click to continue button. Well, now there's actually a keystroke in the new scripts. And all I have to do is turn accessibility off and press Control-C, and that will hit the continue button automatically.
Recognizing. Result of the target hash is 3 Org. Elfmer. 7:01 a.m. Scan full with Squirrel double left pointing at 117. Click to continue. Carry Rome.
Okay.
Hearthstone.
Click to continue. What's happening here?
Accessibility on.
There we go. Okay. That was my fault. I guess with accessibility turned on, you can do it, and it hits the continue button. So that's really cool.
Recognizing. Result document. Treasure found.
Treasure found.
Treasures only last for 1. Bounty map.
Treasures only last for 1 bounty map.
Treasures can be found after every combat.
Treasures can be found after every combat.
Encounter. 7:02 a.m.
Or every combat encounter.
7:02 a.m. Hearthstone.
So...
Recognizing. Result document. Treasure found. Treasure zone. Bounty. Treasures can be after every combat. Encounter. 707.
Where is
Hearthstone.
the...
Accessibility off. Recognizing. Treasure found. Treasures found. Treasures after encounter. Combat encounter. Left click.
Where is the little
Hearthstone.
button?
Recognizing. Treasure found. Treasures bounty. Treasures after every encounter.
Oh boy.
Accessibility on. Already in the after every Hearthstone.
Oh, I
Recognizing. Treasure found. Treasures bounty.
hate tutorials
Hearthstone.
things sometimes. Let's see. Can I back out of this? No.
Accessibility off. Accessibility on. Accessibility on. Recognizing. Treasures of bounty map. Treasures can be found after every encounter. Combat encounter. Accessibility off. Left click.
Okay. Do I have to hit the OK button? There we go. Yeah. Okay. Control O hits the OK button. I guess there was an OK button on the screen that was not OCR'd. But hey, we got through it. So when you run into that little tutorial message, I guess Control O will get you out of it.
Already in the content recognition. Hearthstone. Recognizing. Result document. With 1. Should I take?
Ah. Now, we've got to take a treasure. I'm going to go ahead and
Hearthstone.
end this video here. And we'll return with taking treasures. And
Op 27.2.4. 6. Op.
hope you got something out of this. Until next time, Jeremy Hartley saying so long and happy Hearthstoning.